In 1964, this area was home to one of Argentina's most mysterious plane crashes. A cargo plane carrying some of the most valuable horses in the world crash landed in a salt bed somewhere here in the northwestern region of the country. Join me on this adventure to discover Argentina's most mysterious plane crash.
Can we go on the other side?
This is where today's journey begins, in La Rioja in Argentina. In this area, you can find some of the best fossils of any dinosaur ever found, and you'll actually be seeing a picture of that upcoming. But what we were doing, we were heading to 4,000 meters in altitude to one of the highest mountain areas in Argentina. And what we'll see is we'll be able to come up close to this plane crash that I've been describing that happened all the way back in 1964. This is part of the media trip that we're doing here in Argentina. This is day 2, and I hope you enjoy. At about 10 a.m., the crew was flying over this remote region of Argentina, and out of nowhere, they started hearing loud bangs and looked off to the left side to see that their second engine was filled with black smoke, and at that point the crew realized there was a serious problem aboard the aircraft. The plane consisted of 6 crew members, 4 that operated the aircraft and 2 that took care of the horses. And for the 4 that operated the aircraft, this is a pretty routine and common route that they flew across from Chile to Argentina. And as you can see as we're walking around here, it's nothing but barren desert and large rock formation that were formed by tectonic plates crashing together and forming these jagged edges along the sides here. It was at this point, after discussing with air traffic control, that it was impossible to return to any airport or to deviate to any different airport, so the decision was made to put the aircraft down, and chaos ensued after that. Jeremy, can you tell me what this is? What is this?
Coke leaf.
And what's the purpose of this?
And you have to chew them, and then like you don't feel dizzy in the altitude and stuff. So.
But also,
You get like a euphoric feeling, though?
No, not that, not like euphoric, but you wake up.
it's much stronger than coffee.
No,
Nature.
not that much.
Doesn't it come with a? Does it come with a little like black licorice thing or no? No, you just chew it.
Yeah, you just chew it. You put it inside on your cheek, between your cheek and the teeth, and then you.
Amazing. Now, for us to officially get to the salt bed where this aircraft is still located, some 70 years later, we have to take a 3-hour drive through these mountain ranges. And as we're climbing up the 3,000-meter incline, we just stopped on the road here, and you can see some of Argentina's wild llamas. Now, this isn't exactly a llama. This is called a guanaco, which is basically the cousin of a llama. And both actually llama and guanaco can be found here in Argentina. And something that you probably don't know is that it is consumed here as food here in Argentina. Llama and guanaco is both consumed here by locals and tourists when they come and visit the country. Ladies and gentlemen, after descending from that mountain across the frontier here, we've made it to the location of Argentina's most mysterious plane crash. Now behind me, you can see that there's a salt lake here. This salt lake has the same salt content as the Dead Sea, and it's a little difficult to see off in the distance, but that wreck right there is actually the plane crash, and right here is the wing. So the cockpit and the fuselage are in that area, and the wing is right here. Now, luckily my buddy that I'm with has a drone, because right now, because of the snow, the path to the actual aircraft itself is blocked off. So we're gonna get some drone footage and show you. But the story of what happened when they fell and crash landed is actually super interesting. Now where we are is a super remote area, and these survivors stayed in this area for 2.5 days before being rescued. The Argentinian government was dropping supplies like clothes, food, water to them in airdrops because they couldn't rescue them at the time. The horses, however, they let 2 of them go,
which actually headed off into what you can see behind me, and I just stepped into that and I sunk completely in it, and that's the fate of 2 of those horses. They sunk in and eventually died. One horse went off into this type of area where it's actual ground, and they never saw the horse again. And the last horse that they let go actually came back and stayed with them. So at that point there were 3 horses left in the plain. They kept 2 of them just in case they needed to kill the horse for survival's sake. And as you can see behind me, where we are right now is covered in snow, and this part of Argentina gets to below -30 degrees Celsius. And the only way these 6 crew members survived was huddling together with the horses inside what was left of the plane and using the horse's breath as warmth.
However, luckily, this story does have a good ending. At 2:30 in the morning on the second day of surviving out here, the entire crew was rescued. People from the neighboring town drove 24 hours. It took them 24 hours to get through the conditions and the mountain to find them. They rescued the entire crew. The entire crew survived this ordeal. Unfortunately, they were unable to take the horses back with them. However, they left the horses in the aircraft with food and some supplies for them to figure out their own survival. Now, the official listing of why this aircraft went down was mechanical failure. However, one of the crew members on board has been noted of saying that the noise he heard from the engine right before it stopped working was the same noise of one of the horses kicking a part of the plane near the engine. So in his mind, the horse had hit something and broke something, causing the aircraft to go down. Like I said, this was a flight that this crew had done many and many a times, and they've never had any issue. And I'm very glad that this story has a happy ending, because most of the time it doesn't. But before we get out of here, I have to thank all the Patreon and Instagram subscribers. On the Patreon side of things, we have Adam H, Stephen V, Stephanie S, Jonathan S, Keonta Y, Skipper447, Jonathan B, and Jonathan Moore. While on the Instagram side, we have Nori E, Kelly O, Michael S, and Melissa M, as well as Cody B. And all recent Instagram badge donators will be right here. I want to thank you for checking out Day 2 of Traveling Argentina. Day 3 will be out tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. And always remember, traveling's a privilege, so enjoy every second of it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.